So he also he wants like approval from somebody who is a quote unquote scientist that aliens are real. So
You're not a quote unquote scientist.
well, I'm not. I build
That's a good dating app bio though. Quote unquote
quote,
scientist.
scientist. Yeah.
I'm very good with the bios if you need help.
What makes a good bio? Let's go. What makes a
What
good
makes
bio?
a good bio?
What are the pictures in your bio? In your,
Actually, you would love my dating app bio. Okay, so this is my Raya, my dating app main photo. Okay. It's me as half a robot.
That's really good and kind of disturbingly hot.
Would you swipe right on that? Benton did my makeup for Halloween last year as a half robot.
That's weirdly attractive zombie.
Well, I mean, I feel
robot.
like, well, a quote unquote scientist would definitely be into this.
I mean, that's amazing. That's an amazing picture because it's like this person has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
They're obviously gorgeous and like, I don't know what.
And then my second photo is, hold on, I forget. You have to like play a song. Hold on, this is the whole thing. Oh, I have to start it. Okay, then my robot is my second picture. Bear Claw's my second picture. Then me and an ape. Subliminal messaging. Then I don't know what that is. These are all really weird. Me in Vietnam.
Wow, you have zero
I travel.
like
I'm
selfie
fun.
like really.
Then me and my dog.
Wow, that's a good one. You gotta have the dog.
Yeah, all my photos
That's
are kind
really
of
good.
yeah.
What's your bio say? Big deal?
Comedian.
Comedian. Mm-hmm. No, that's it.
I don't like joke
Joe
jobs. I don't like joke jobs. I don't like it when someone under work writes like sometimes or a lot or the most annoying thing is when a guy does a fake like joke job that ends up being better than their real job. Like they'll be like hand model and you're like, oh haha, he must be like a CEO or he must have, and then you're like, what do you do? And he's like, oh, I'm self-employed. You're like, I'd rather you be a hand model.
Yeah.
Your joke was better than your real job, you fucking tool.
So these one of my problems actually with the reason I don't use apps is they don't have a way to like really specify who you are. I feel like
Well, no, I mean,
I feel like it's all about pictures and like what kind of music you like. And like a possibility to say some clever shit and like
yeah, but that's just an opening jumping off point.
yeah, but that's very inefficient. Like
There needs to be some kind of intrigue, though. This is my concern. And I texted you last night about Super Sad True Love Story, the book that I'm adapting for HBO. You guys, I don't think I've talked about it on this podcast, but it's a dystopian satire about dating in the future and how hard it's going to be to fall in love with a lack of privacy. Like if I know everything about you right away, there's no mystery, there's no ability to sort of project onto you. Like I think there needs to be a certain amount of omissions in order to fall in love with somebody. If you know the key to falling in love, I think, is you meet someone, they hide their flaws and mistakes for the most part. You get chemically addicted to them and bonded with them. 4 months in, they're like, and by the way, I have 3 DUIs. And it's like, well, fuck, I'm already in love with you. And I'm going to just go like, oh, well, it was part of your journey and you are who you are because of that. And I forgive it. And like, if I knew on date 1 you had 2 DUIs, I would never see you again.
yeah. Yeah, that's very
We
true.
rely
But I
on an
feel like-
absence of information in order to fall in love.
But the kind of mystery that dating apps have is the kind of mystery I guess I don't like. I like the mystery of a stranger at a bar late at night kind of thing. Because there's so much more information that's interesting about chemistry, about like your interests.
Yeah.
The kind of joke you make. I don't know. I mean, I guess, okay, so your profile is pretty good. Like that communication.
Would you swipe right on that?
I don't want to admit to swiping on anything. I don't swipe.
I feel like I'm really stressing you out.
Yeah, this is.
Is this stressing you out?
No, well, I'm nervous.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not, conversations are stressful.
Really? You have 6
like,
podcasts.
Well, no. Okay, so there's some conversations you have that you feel like if you screw up, it'll be, I don't know, you feel like you can screw up. And so, like, I'm nervous to screw it up. When was the last time? I have very few of those now. Maybe the first time I was on Rogan. And with you, I feel like, I don't know why. It's just nervousness.
What's the
You're okay. I mean, I forget this is being recorded. But
we can always cut stuff out.
okay. You're a beautiful woman, and it's difficult for me to, it makes me naturally nervous. I've been staring at a computer screen for a long time.
With some porn on it.
Yeah, and sometimes you on it, right? Sorry. When I watch your podcast,
Me copy and paste it onto a porn star's body. So when I
watch your
Photoshop your
podcast-
head onto these porn stars.
when I watch your podcast, and with
Have you animated porns of me? Yes or no?
it wouldn't be funny if my whole apartment is just pictures of you on. Oh man!
Honestly, that would be hot. I'm into that. I'm not saying that's healthy.
So there's a part of the stalking thing that I appreciate.
Dude, trust me, it's very flatter. But I had a stalker that showed up at my house, and he also happened to have been handsome. It was very confusing.
So what do you do with that?
What do I do with that? It was really fascinating because he clearly was schizophrenic or has some,
Right.
And that's my demo. And he, went back, and it was, you can tell right away if someone's going to be physically dangerous to you or not. I don't know if that's just a girl thing. I talk a lot about the book, The Gift of Fear by Gavin DeBecker on this podcast, about how our gut just knows if someone's dangerous or not. All women that he interviewed for this book after they were assaulted by someone that walked them to their car or helped them with their groceries or opened the door for them or whatever, they all were like, I knew something was off about that guy.
Which is why you were scared shitless when I showed up.
I did jump when I saw you earlier.
Yeah. You should trust your instincts.
I did open the door looking for Lex, and I saw him, and I screamed. It was weird.
I mean, the thing a guy does, when I enter the room, it's like, can I kill everybody on my way out?
That's what you think when you walk into a room?
I naturally, I don't literally think that, but it's a kind of, it's a feeling.
If you had to kill someone,
yeah,
how would you do it?
In which situation? Like this?
Yes, if someone came in here right now and tried to kill me and you had to kill them, how would you do it?
If weapons are involved, you have to de-escalate. You have to try to de-escalate the situation, probably. So it's different.
But what if your only option was killing them? Just thought exercise.
The aggression.
Just
move. You have to move really fast.
You have to move, and you choke them, or you just put their
like that.
You push their nose up into their brain.
No, so it's control first, then kill. So take down. So it's like everything tight, control. Probably take the back and probably choke.
Choke them from the back.
Yeah, because then they can do the least amount of damage to me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But so bring him to the ground, with a big takedown, probably hurt them a little bit on the way down. Especially if it's hard ground, and then control and choke. But I prefer. I would think if I wasn't.
I prefer.
If I was a hitman, I would probably distance. So guns.
Guns, yeah.
Sniper.
And then where do you want to shoot someone if you shoot him with a gun? The easiest way to kill him? Neck, heart?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes, you do.
I'm not.
I'm trying to get you a girlfriend. Keep talking about killing people. Yeah. You're going to have so many stalkers after this.
Yeah, probably in the head. I don't know. There's a movie called Leon the Professional. Super with Natalie Portman.
Is she I feel like she's your dream girl.
Why?
I don't know. That to me, I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm profiling you because I'm Star Wars now. I feel like smart guys like
you
Natalie
think of
Portman.
Natalie Portman as
Star Wars. She's in Star Wars, right?
Black Swan.
Okay.
I was the dark Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
No, not Star Wars. I don't like Star Wars.
Okay.
Like pew pew, ships and all.
Pew pew.
Yeah.
Is that how a scientist describes?
Bop bop bop.
Is that what you do in your coding? Bop bop bop.
With my shrine to Whitney Cummings. I just have my ringtone is bop bop bop.
Can you please get your keyboard to just go bop 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 every time you press that?
I have all dolls with your head on that.
Just choking them from the back.
And now you gave me some merch, which is great, by the way. So now I get to dress up.
I did give Lex some merch that's sold out, no longer available. You got it. You're never gonna wear it.
I'll wear it.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like you only wear black and white.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever wear colors?
Ironically.
So the thing is with stalkers, because I think it's important, because right now you're getting a lot of attention coming at you, certainly from women. It's interesting how when somebody, like when I had someone, whatever, stalking, whatever that even means, came at me, I think I became so much more obsessed with him than he was with me. All I did was wonder where he was and if he was following me on Instagram, and I never knew what caption, and I shouldn't post this, and I shouldn't. And then every time I go outside, when someone gets obsessed with you, it's amazing how you start stalking your stalker.
Yeah, I mean, well, you're like, you love neurology, psychology, so I don't know if you're like me, but to me it's fascinating how their mind works too. Mm-hmm. Like what?
Like, I get that. I get because as someone that chased the approval of my dad for so long, I know what it's like to fixate on something to manage your terror and distract yourself. You were talking about the worm at the core on, was it Rogan? I tried to talk to him about that once.
You should definitely, I mean, this Sheldon Solomon who wrote Worm at the Core, I've interviewed him.
Right.
Because it was unclear if he's a good interviewer or not, and he's incredible. So
it's about terror management, right? But that was first.
He's the one that came up with it. Worm at the Core was
Ernest Becker.
Oh yeah, Ernest Becker was the one that inspired all that stuff.
Right.
But the terror management theory.
And essentially that because we're the only species that knows we're going to die, we just have to distract ourselves constantly. Am I describing this right? To manage our terror of death. Sort of what's going on in politics, this team mentality. A lot of what terror management says is in order to manage our fear of death, we have to have prizes and teams and alliances and awards and stuff so that we have a sense of longevity and posterity, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he basically says that most of human creation is the worm at the core. At the base of it has to do with our fear of mortality, which I find, because I bring that up often with people, most people don't agree with.
Oh, I 100% agree with that. But it also justifies a lot of really, untoward behavior like racism and stuff. It's which it is what it is. But I agree.
You're against racism?
I'm against hot take. We have a lot of
That's
hot
a hell
takes.
Of a stand to take.
Hot takes. I mean, do you really find that, do you really think that cancel culture is problematic? Because I find that as I'm listening to, I was listening to your conversation with Michael Malice, and I hear people talk about it a lot. It seems so much bigger to you guys than it does to me.
What do you mean you?
I just don't. Good question. Guys in general, I feel like men. It's men don't like to be controlled. They don't like when power gets redistributed. They don't. Technically, the people in power don't like it when their power is challenged. Yeah. As someone who is not a fan of cancel culture or, virtue signaling or justice warrior shit, someone who is strongly against it, but I know why it exists. Yeah. And I can see it for what it is, which is just people throwing rocks at the limousine as it drives by. Like everyone inside the limo's fine.
That's a very legitimate criticism, is like, yeah, the people in the limo are upset that some rocks are being thrown. It's very true that in this process, when the power structures, the institutions are being questioned, that the powerful are being uncomfortable. But at the same time, I mean, it's a balance that we need to strike. There's a lot of difficult questions that you have to be able to say, and you have to be able to say multiple sentences, and then you have to be able to change your mind, and you can't. The idea that somebody would clip out half a sentence and then make it an entire big article, that's the cancel culture that's really
Well, that's bad journalism.
Well, yes, and journalism is broken today. That's
right.
The clickbait.
That's right. That's on people's fault. That's what they saw. That's the only. They didn't know it was cut out of context.
Right. So there's a balance to be struck, I think. But, you have to, me as a white guy who somewhat enjoys intellectual conversations and nuanced conversations, you have to be sensitive to the cancel culture. Like I feel this at MIT. There was a situation that happened with a guy named famous computer scientist named Richard Stallman, who on a thread within MIT was talking about Jeffrey Epstein and Marvin Minsky, who's another seminal AI figure, and a few like undergrads, like 20-year-olds, said that Marvin Minsky is a rapist because he's met with Jeffrey Epstein, and Jeffrey Epstein told a woman to walk up to Marvin Minsky, who was 70 years old at the time.
17.
70. Marvin Minsky.
But how old was the girl that walked up?
She was 17, yeah.
Oh, got it.
But like 70-year-old man, right?
Okay.
And she came up to him and, propositioned her. Like, he didn't know that it was forced or not. That's first of all. And second of all, he said no.
Okay.
No, thank you, like politely, and that was construed as rape on this thread within MIT. And Richard Stallman.
So it was a rumor. It was hearsay.
Yeah, but Richard Stallman on this thread said, well, we should be careful about how we define rape. That's not, that's not
The
rape.
70-year-old man wrote that on the thread?
Yeah, he's not 70, he's like 50.
That's a different guy. Okay.
Different guy. Doesn't matter, but he got fired or pushed out of MIT for saying that because those undergrads said that, rape is rape. There's no discussion of definitions or whatever. Rape is rape. And like, that's cancel culture, because here's a person who's trying to draw. That's not even nuanced. That's just like let's try to talk about a little bit of facts, and he gets pushed out completely.
Did he have to respond to that, if I may?
He didn't, and I would
that's
not.
where things get weird. If there's a situation that had nothing to do with you, and you have to go and go, let's just fucking agree on what rape means. It's like, you've done something shady. What do you stand to gain in jumping into this fight that has nothing to do with you? Like,
right.
When I see men that react to, if one man is accused of something, some men are like, oh, that sucks. I don't know if it's true or not. But if the guys go, that's fucking crazy, I'm like, you've done something shady. Yeah. You have guilt. You have a secret, and you're scared.
But if you do want to say something, which I think the right thing to do is what, for example, Barack Obama did, is be eloquent about it. Be fucking good. If you're going into this war zone of cancel culture and you want to make a point to this 20-year-old, to say that some nuanced point about the dangers of overusing the word rape, you better be good at saying.
But you also, it harms actual rape victims.
Right. So, like, if you want to make that point, you better be good at it. Like, I don't know if you heard Obama talk about cancel culture.
I don't think so.
He's smooth with everything, but
yeah.
he was pretty smooth about it. And so you have to practice. You have to think about it. You can't just speak from emotion. I mean, if we can learn anything, that nobody should speak from just like from that weird dark energy that you get, like when you just want to.
Which robots can help solve. I mean, it's sort of like feelings aren't facts, but sometimes when you have feelings and you want to take an action,
and
that's
real.
Yeah. So it's like, I would love to have a robot that I can like bounce off my like, feelings aren't facts. I really want to tweet this thing. Is this a good idea? I always try to, if I have a feeling or come up around something, my rule is always like, wait 3 days. If you still want to send that email, if you still want to send that tweet or that text, 3 days later you can do it.
Yeah,
but a lot of us, it's taken me 15 years of like 12-step programs and meditation and stuff to be able to have that pause. Most people don't have it. They just send it without thinking.
Yeah. I actually know that you seem to be the person that a lot of people run their ideas by, like comedians, like Joe.
It's a nightmare.